Alright everybody, today is going to be a basically totally matte makeup look. Super glam, full coverage, with a kind of a deep, dramatic brown smoky eye and a nice deep nude lip. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I really enjoyed filming this, so if you're interested, just keep on watching and we will get right into it. Hello again, welcome back to my channel. Again today, as you saw in the intro, we're going to be doing kind of a totally matte makeup look with the brown smoky eye. Everything might be matte except for the highlight, because I don't own any matte highlights, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just going to start out with my e.l.f. Poreless Face Primer to kind of fill in my pores and smooth out the center of my face a little bit. Just going to take that amount to start out with. Dab this a couple places. The most places I need it is really my cheek area. I'm going to take just a little bit between here, just kind of what's left, to kind of share the wealth in a sense. And I'm kind of trying to make sure that I'm really pushing it into my skin here. I think this is only my second time using this primer. I'm just going to take my handy dandy mirror and make sure that it's where I want it to be. Alright, now that we have primer on, I'm going to go in with a little bit of color correcting under my eyes. Alright, this is my e.l.f. color correcting palette. It's got a yellow, a blue, a green, and a pink shade. Not that you could see that. But I use this in one of my get readies with me, and I think I used too much product because it caused major creasing under my eyes. But we're going to try it again. I've been loving to use the pink under my eyes and the green kind of on some of the redness on my nose to kind of help neutralize that out. And today I'm just going to go and applying it with my finger right here. And I'm trying to not use a whole lot, and I'm trying to just kind of pat it into my skin to just kind of lighten and neutralize those under eye circles enough to where they won't significantly show through. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of the green on my ring finger. I'm going to take this kind of on my nose and around my nose where I get the most red. I don't take a whole lot, but just enough to kind of soften it and neutralize it out a little bit. Okay, now that we're done with that, I'm going to go in with my foundation that I'm going to be using. And again, just like my last video, I'm just mixing the IT Cosmetics CC Cream in Fair with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea Water Foundation in Fair on a palette, then applying that all over the skin. Now, I know I said this is a very matte makeup look, and I know these products are very, very dewy, but once I kind of set them with the powder, it will become completely matte. Just gonna mix these together. And then I just take what I have on my finger and dot it all over my face first. And then I'll go in with a makeup brush. I want to use a brush today because I want to see how full coverage and flawless this makeup look can get. And one brush I really enjoy using is my e.l.f. powder brush. And I'm just going to very quickly spray that with a little bit of primer spray. And try to keep it away from my microphone. And then just start kind of stippling and blending this in. And then I will add more product as I go. I don't know what it is about how this brush applies foundation, but I just like the way that it's very soft and gives really nice coverage. and take just whatever's left on my palette, which is not a lot, and kind of blend it down my neck. Just so everything is kind of seamless and there's no foundation marks or anything like that. Alright, now for the concealer that I want to use today, I want to actually use something different other than my MAC Pro Longwear. I think I want to use my Tarte Shape Tape in Fair because I want this to be bright in the center of my face but have really nice coverage where I want it. And this is honestly only my second time using this product. So we're going to start with that and see where it goes. Okay, let's see here. What brush do I want to use for this today? I'm honestly just going to start with the same brush and then go on with a more precise brush as needed. Let's blend. This concealer might be quickly becoming my favorite concealer that I have because of the coverage and how easily it just blends into the skin like a dream. Such good coverage, so opaque and so smooth looking. I freaking love this. Now I'm simply going to take a dry sponge just to push it into the eyes just because I want something a little more precise there. And then also take up like any little bits of excess product. And then I go around my nose just to make sure I don't have a whole lot of creasing there. Even though I usually don't. Oh, this concealer was so perfect for this look. I love it, I love it, I love it. Alright, now to quickly set my makeup. Go on with my Rimmel translucent powder for my eyes. I'm going to try to set my nose and my mouth and chin area with this same powder. And a little bit on my forehead. Alright. Now I'm not going to set it too much because I want to give that concealer time to set. For the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with my MAC Studio Fix Pressed Powder in NW15. And I'm going to take it on my e.l.f. Kabuki brush. Picking up the product, and then honestly kind of just blotting it over to set everything and make sure we're not looking dewy or shiny anywhere. And also provide just a little bit of coverage, but not a whole lot. Now for the sake of this being a matte look, we're going to warm up our skin with a little bit of the Sleek Contour Kit, this shade right here, because it's very, very matte. There's no glow to it. And I'm going to take that on my e.l.f. complexion brush. We're going to kind of contour and bronze at the same time with this product. Look at that difference in dimension. Make sure I'm scooted up enough for you. A little bit on our chin. And then just kind of down our neck and on our jawline. Beautiful. Now for blush, we're going to go on with MAC's Rosy Outlook. This is a matte, just nice rosy pink color. The camera washes it out just a hair, but it's still really, really pretty. So it's just a hair deeper than what you might see on camera. So it looks like a really, like a kind of a baby pink. It's just a little bit deeper than that. I'm taking an e.l.f. mineral powder brush for this. I love how blendable and pigmented matte blushes are. MAC. I think I said matte. Same difference. And that's exactly how I want it to look. Alright, now, I do have this e.l.f. Moonlight Pearls highlighter out. I don't know if I'm going to use it until the very end because I know I want this to be a matte look. So at the end, if I feel like this makeup look is too matte, we will be adding this later. But it's staying on here for now. You can see the reflection of the ring light. Cool. I'm going to go in with some Milani eyeshadow primer. I always feel like I look like I'm poking out my eyes when I apply this. Alright, that is on. Now, I'm going to be using one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. This is the Too Faced Natural Matte Palette. I love it. And to start off this look, I'm going to make sure my brush is clean. I'm going to take my e.l.f. Flawless Concealer brush. It is a giant, giant fluffy brush. I'm going to set my lids with the shade Heaven right here. It's like the creamy white color. It's not white. It's like a creamy beige. This is going all over the lids. On both sides. Now we're just going to start building up our crease colors. With the same brush, we're going to go into Nudie, which is this shade right here. I love this brush for a really nice blown out kind of soft crease. And then as you want to deepen it and make it more precise, you can bring in smaller brushes. But I feel like the shade sets like the perfect transition-y crease shade for this specific eye look. I'm trying to stay as in frame as possible. Oh, you can see this so much better with this lighting. Yay! Yeah, my camera can only zoom in like once, so I do my best. Now we're going to go in with the shade Cashmere Bunny, which is just a smidge deeper. Same brush, but we might focus this one more just on the outer corner. Now, as we get even more precise, I'm going to go in with the smaller e.l.f. eye blending brush. Looks just like this. We're going to go in with the shade Sexpresso. Naughty name. And again, we're focusing these on the outer crease, or outer C, and then a little bit into the crease. Just slowly building as I go. And making sure to not have too much product on the brush. Same thing with the other eye. Now, before I go in and define my lash line with an eyeshadow, oops, I forgot I wanted to do one more thing. I want to take kind of a smaller eyeshadow brush, if I could find one. I'll use this Eco Tools brush. I want to take the shade Heaven again, and I want to just concentrate that on the lid. Then I might add a lighter matte shade back to it later. I just want to make sure that stays nice and bright. Kind of just on that inner corner region. And then I'm actually going to go on with another palette just for a lighter shade. Stardust by Vegas Nay palette, and use the shade Chandelier. Just kind of on top of that to keep that really nice and intense. So we can really see the definition between the eyelid and then the smokiness in the crease. Now, for the upper and lower lash line to define that, we're going to take our MAC Stubborn Brown Eye Pencil. And we're just going to kind of lightly define those areas. And then we're going to go ahead and smudge these with an eyeshadow. Alright, now that we have that applied, we're going to go in with the same Too Faced Natural Matte palette. We're going to start just with the crease colors and just start slowly blending those on the upper, first on the lower lash line, just to make sure that shadow gets really nice and set. I'm going to start with Cashmere Bunny, just on an angled brush, and we're just kind of going to go over what we did. This is going to make it a little bit smudgy, and then smoky, and set that liner so it doesn't go anywhere. So I'm just taking first Cashmere Bunny and then that shade Espresso right over top. Cashmere Bunny more all over the lash line on the bottom, and then Espresso more on that outer edge to kind of connect it to our crease shade. Ooh, that would make a really nice winged liner. Too bad I'm not good at that. Although I could just smudge it with eyeshadow. In fact, that's what we'll do. We're just going to take Espresso and then a little bit of Risque on that upper lash line. To make like a smudgy shadow winged liner. Because I don't want to go in with a liquid today. And then to make sure it doesn't look too harsh or too sharp, I'm going to take this e.l.f. Professional Eye Crease Brush and just kind of go over what I did to kind of really smoke that out. Taking a little bit of Cashmere Bunny just to blend that in with a little bit of Espresso on top. Then we're going to go back in with our blending brush and just lightly go over everything. So there's no chunkiness or harsh lines. And then I'm going to take just a little bit of Nudie and Heaven, mix those to blend right here above the crease so there's no choppiness. To finish off our look, we're going to go back to our Stardust Vegas Nay just to get that chandelier shade again. We're going to put this on kind of a smudging brush to do our brow bone highlight. don't think I've ever done a look quite like this. And just blending. Alright, now it's time for eyebrows. For eyebrows today, we're going to start with our e.l.f. Taupe Brow Pencil. Let's see if I can get you any closer. I don't think I can. Let's see here. Okay, so we're going to go in and do our brows. First filling them in with a pencil, then with an eyeshadow. Alright, once we've kind of got that base down, I'm going to go through just really quickly with our spoolie. Alright, so I've got my NYX Nude Matte Shadow in the shade Tryst. It's just a nice taupey brown, but it's just a little bit deeper than the pencil on an, this is actually an e.l.f. small angled brush. Make sure it's clean, dip it in my powder. And then I use this to kind of deepen up and fill in any areas that my pencil didn't want to do. And sometimes this helps just like define that outer edge a little bit more. This is just how I do my brows. I am not a professional. Alright, now to finish off the brows, we're going to take our L'Oreal Brow Stylist Plumper in light to medium. It's going to set these bad boys in place and almost give them a more like 3D highlighted effect, just because you use different tones. Alright, now I'm going to do my lips before I do my lashes. I'm just going to make sure I don't have any like crazy powdery fallout under here, which I really don't. Alright, for lips, we're going to start out with our Sonia Kashuk Natural Lip Pencil to line and fill in to give us a nice base. Try to stay in frame. Alright, now to finish our lip look, we are going to go in with one of the Besame mini lipsticks. This is in the shade 1969. It's just kind of a deeper pinky nude shade. Just like that. Alright, now we're going to go in for the lashes. We're going to do this very, very carefully. I'm going to layer two mascaras. I'm going to start with my Maybelline Lash Sensational Full Fan Effect. Then go in with my CoverGirl Supersizer on just the top. Or maybe just on the bottom. We'll see. I touched my cheek. Oh well, that'll come off in a minute. Don't you hate it when you do that? Does anyone else resort to just like blinking onto their mascara wand? Alright, now I'm going to go in and do my lower lashes, then finish my upper lashes with CoverGirl Supersizer. All I'm doing right here is I'm going to take a little bit more of that sleek contour powder and just kind of blend it in right here where I feel like I need just a little bit more depth to make the two sides of my skin look more even. And we're just going to very quickly take in just a little bit of the self highlighter very lightly on just some of the parts of my face, just to bring a little bit of glow to the look on an e.l.f. small tapered brush. I'm going to go just a little bit on my nose, a little bit on my chin, then just slightly right here at the very top parts of my cheekbones, and that's it. Alright, so this is the finished makeup look. I really hope you enjoyed it. A nice brown, kind of dramatic smoky eye with a deep lip, and just a nice contoury bronze. And yeah, I really enjoyed doing this look. I hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, give it a huge thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe down below, and also click on that little bell so you're notified of when I do upload. I try my best to upload on Mondays and Fridays.